So with Plibisecond Bowen gone, the poison chalice became Anthony Albanese's for the savouring. And Albo made his policy principles clear from the beginning.
How does an Albo-led Labor Party differ from a Shorten-led one?
Well, for a start, I'm hoping we are successful at the next election.
Well, that's a good place to start, at least. Albo also outlines some other differences.
But I also say this to Scott Morrison. I'm not Tony Abbott.
Yes, very true, because Tony Abbott fought hard, played dirty, and actually won an election. Anyways, I hate to say it, Albo actually sounds like he may have achieved everything he wanted to already.
My whole life is an example of how in this country of opportunity you can go from very humble beginnings, the son of a single mum growing up in council housing in Camperdown, to be the Deputy Prime Minister of Australia.
Yes, note he didn't say future Prime Minister there. Very interesting. Anyways, at his inaugural press conference, he did say one thing that I think won't win him any votes in Queensland.
I am a progressive.
I also think this statement sounds slightly out of touch.
People do aspire for a better life. But in the land of the fair go, they aspire to more than things for themselves.
No, they don't. Look at the election results. Anyways, with the election campaign finally over, Albo decided this was the perfect time to finally defend some of Labor's record.
We avoided recession in 2009 under Labor. When it comes to debt to GDP, the fact is that the coalition has given us the 4 worst years on record. The key to growing the economy is investing in infrastructure and investing in people through education and skills.
Yes, where was this during the election campaign? All I remember coming from Labor was this.
Now, it's not illegal, it's not immoral, it's the law. Now, it's not illegal, it's not immoral.
It's not illegal, it's not immoral.
Like, it's not illegal, but it's a gift.
Yeah, a 3-year gift to the coalition, it seems. But anyways, now on to Albo himself. Now, if you're asking who is Anthony Albanese, it turns out he's just like every other painfully pretentious Gen Xer in Sydney's inner west. He claims he saw Nirvana before you.
Coming up as Nirvana, who I got to see what was then this obscure band, but there was a real buzz about them, at the first ever big day out.
Yes, and speaking of bragging, he quoted British folk singer Billy Bragg at his inaugural press conference.
But as Billy Bragg said, not everything that counts can be counted.
Hey Albo, while you're quoting Billy Bragg, maybe this lyric sums up the polls.
No one knows nothing anymore.
While we're at it, it turns out that song also sums up what Labor should do with its policy platform.
Let's break it down and start again.
Still, as painful as it is having a leader who brags about his love of 80s and 90s alternative music, it's still way better than having a Prime Minister who only knows the lyrics to one song.
And you should shake it off.
It takes a long time to shake off. Now, the Labor Party may want to shake that off.
Anyways, back to Albo, and going back through the archives, I managed to find a nice collection of sound bites that I think perfectly sums up his principles and policies.
Hold the front page. Albo likes a beer after work. I like fighting Tories. That's what I do. Well, I think that's one of my big achievements in politics. Getting Penny Wong to sing. Melbourne's better than Sydney. I'm pretty hopeless, to be frank.
In terms of his personal life, Albanese is recently separated, and it sounds like he might be on the prowl.
Given I haven't slept in the same bed any 2 nights in a row for the last few weeks, but...
Turn the cameras off.
No,
cameras off.
And be by myself every single fucking one of them.
He doesn't hold back attacking right-wingers, like when he said this about Milo Yiannopoulos.
The bloke's a tool.
Or when he was fresh to Parliament in 1998, laying in hard into Prime Minister John Howard.
In John Howard, here also is a man small in every sense. This is a smallness of mind, a meanness with breathtaking scope. Here's a man who lived at home till he was 32. Well, you can imagine what he was like. Here were young Australians demonstrating against the Vietnam War, listening to the Doors, driving their tie-dyed combi vans. And what was John Howard doing? He was at home with Mum, wearing his shorts and long white socks, listening to Pat Boone albums and waiting for the Saturday night church dance.
But amazingly, if there was one thing Albo hated most about Prime Minister John Howard, it was how he snubbed the Spice Girls.
But remember when the Spice Girls came to Australia at the beginning of the year? He couldn't resist telling the youth of Australia that he thought they were infantile and stupid, and therefore to be inappropriate to meet these people.
Yeah, John Howard, taking is too easy, but that's the way it is. Anyways, so stepping up to be Labor leader after Bill Shorten's 5.5 years at the top is a big job for Anthony Albanese. But we can see he's already trying to match Shorten's eloquence and way with words.
Yeah, they've really struggled. They have really struggled. I mean, this is like going down to the local cafeteria there, and often you get, the first term was, the day one chicken, it's fresh, and the Abbott team was fresh and they were up for the job. The second day it's a little bit staler, as happens, still sitting there being offered maybe at a cheaper price. This is term 3, like day 3 of the chicken in the cafeteria, but they've had to turn it into a casserole and pretend that it's new. This is a team that is stale.
Yes, and I think I speak for a lot of Australia when I say, when do those Tanya 2025 bumper stickers start going on sale?